Have you ever heard of the compound effect? I know a lot of you have already, but for those of you that haven't heard about it, it's pretty much when everything you do stacks on top of itself over a long period of time. It's when you look up one day and you made a lot more progress in something than what you actually had initially realized. And that leads into every day being an important day because every day compounds, even if it looks like every other normal day that you have. For those of you that want a deeper dive on it, check out this book, The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. It's a solid read. He goes into a lot more depth about the compound effect. There's kind of a myth about these big firework explosion, mythical, crazy moments happening, but it usually doesn't even happen that way. Usually in real life, changes that actually matter take a long time to go into effect due to compounding. And like I said earlier, you don't even realize most of the time the progress you made until you stop and you turn around and you kind of look at your old self in a way. Small silent pivots are what really matters. And that leads me to the compound effect in real life. It's really tempting for us to chase intensity instead of consistency when it comes to things. You normally want to go all in on something and you might end up getting burnt out on it depending on what it is. Like, for example, the gym. Usually want to go in super hard, train 5-6 days a week, but how long does that normally last for most people? Usually like 2 weeks. But instead, if you go 3 times a week, you're way more likely to go for months and months and years. What about the 1 or 2 perfect days? It's about the 100 not so perfect days. Just choices like going to the gym, skipping that junk food, or just not doom scrolling. And again, it's not a single day, it's 100 days that actually matter. I touched on it earlier, but you really don't see the changes in the grand scheme of things until you stop and you slow down and then you turn around and look at where you came from before. Like, you can see the scale not move for a little bit and then it'll move, and then, or you can feel a little cloudy and then you got some real clarity. But the silence is what makes it sustainable. And then that leads to even more change that keeps growing and compounding. The boring builds the breakthrough. I'm telling you. Every rep that feels useless stacks up. All the days you didn't want to go to the gym, but you still went, even if you did half of what you normally do, it'll still stack up. All the little things that you think don't really make that big of a difference, when they're all stacked and compounded on each other, that's when they make the biggest difference. It's usually the most mundane and dull things that are going to make the biggest changes for you down the road. It's not all the exciting stuff that you could be doing. I mean, unless you find joy in that. Like, you can find joy in doing the same compounded things every day for sure, but you might feel like it'll get stale, but you're still going to be improving day after day. And it's the boring days where it really matters the most. It always feels like nothing, and then it turns into something. Your biggest shift could be on the day where you almost skipped, but you didn't, and you kept that compounding going. So if it's a little boring or quiet or not really noticeable at first, you're probably doing the right thing. Don't wait for the spark. Build the fire one log at a time. And the most important of all is to keep showing up for it, because things could be turning and you might not even realize it until you get down the road. So if you got this far, my name is TJ. Let me know below what things you're trying to compound right now. See you.